Mr. Cimoch, the RMU legend. How are you, bud?
Not so much of a legend. I don't.
Why not? Why not? You are the only Robert Morris University hockey player to ever have his number retired. That makes you a legend in my book, I think.
I agree.
I think it was on accident. I don't think they meant to do it.
You're right. It was probably a huge accident.
They ran out of jersey size number 4. No one needed it anymore. So.
Well, we're happy to have you on the show. You were the first caller that we've had on our little contraption thingy. We kind of Jimmy rigged it the last time somebody called in. So we're happy to have you on. You wanted to talk about the writing pine question you had a couple weeks ago about the flow. Why don't you talk about your how upset you are about what happened there?
No, it turned on me real quick, and you guys took advantage of the opportunity of an easy target. I appreciate it. I was trying to ask a nice question. You guys got to turn it around on me. I know I don't have any hair, okay?
We've been telling you for weeks. No, not weeks. Nay on a year almost. That you just gotta shave the whole thing. I think that's your go-to move. Just like go for the Dr. Evil villain bald head.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I'm gonna hold on for as long as I can and just keep learning.
You just gotta keep embracing the film, man. That's all you gotta keep doing.
I think it's true. I think that's true. Hey, so what do you think about what Yager said today?
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. His 2 back-to-back tweets today were just. It just goes on with the legend of Yager, and that's the thing. He's just that guy. He's got the charisma. He's funny, but it's just like times have changed. It depends on who really can. I don't know who's going to want to pay that kind of money for a 45-year-old split winger. A legend in his own right, but at the same time, tweets were awesome, but I could also see why no one's calling.
Well, that's my thing. Is like someone's got to take him. Like somebody out there is going to take the risk and go after him. Like, why wouldn't you at least? Like he's a legend. Like he has the experience. Why not go after him, take the risk, and to see what it gets you? I mean, it could either be good, it could be bad. I mean, I would go for the risk if I were the Hawks, but we don't have the money for it. So.
No. We don't have the money for anything, really. I think... So my first thought when I read what he said today was I wasn't sure how this ranked, if this was higher or lower than the quote-unquote scandal that he was almost a part of when that broad took a picture of him in their bed, in his bed, and I was just like, is this better than that? I'm not sure.
I think he's just trying to get some action. Like he's just trying to get some action out there and just go for it. I mean, what is he? He's 45, right?
Yeah.
He's just trying to get some action.
Yeah. See, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's so tough. I mean, he's going to bring a lot to the locker room. But at his age and the production was kind of there last year, but his game is just speed. He kills right now.
Yeah.
I think the best example is the final 4 games that were left in a final all had speed, whether it was back end or it was the forwards. And I think teams also realize they're going to start giving some of these young guys a shot to get in the lineup. Pittsburgh, prime example. You let those kids fly there, and look what it got you.
Do you see one of these, cellar dweller teams who need to get the cap up that can use the experience that Yager has, taking a shot at him, like the Arizona?
Maybe
not
not
Arizona because of the whole Shane Doan thing.
Yeah.
But one of these younger teams that they're not going to be competitive this year. So you know what? Maybe get the legend himself in there to kind of guide these young people, young players in? Do you think? I mean, that could be an option.
Maybe not even a cellar dweller though. Maybe something like Toronto, where they've got a shit ton of rookies and like kids going into their sophomore year. Granted, they made the playoffs last year, but who better to learn from than Yager?
And that's the thing. I feel like he has maybe like 16 more goals in him. Like I would say, like he doesn't really. I know he doesn't have a lot, but it's like I would say at the most maybe 16 more goals in him. I mean, for a season, and I mean he's not going to be his old self. We know that. I mean, but at the same time, it's like he still has the ability to at least be a presence.
Yeah.
If that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him going into like a team that's going to be a playoff competitor, which I think he ultimately wants. And it's kind of a weird situation. It's like, do you put Jaromir Jagr in your bottom six? And what is he doing for you there, other than maybe you throw him a power play spot? But I don't know. It's tough to say, like, any teams that are really gonna take that chance or put him in a system. I don't know. You got to have the room, and you also have to think, like, where does he fall in your lineup? You know, you guys said Toronto a little bit, bring in, I know, still on the ropes, but at the same time, I mean, Toronto's got all this young talent that they've already proven themselves and put themselves in the playoffs last year, and almost they're close to beating Washington. That's not no jokes about it. They were ready and they were primed, and you know, maybe the experience of a brilliant hope he ends up winning you that series, but it's tough to say where he can actually fall. I don't see many teams, leaning that way just to be like a charity case, unless they're looking to just fill the seats. Because Yager will get some people in there, or at least those 8 guys that were traveling Yagers. You know.
Hey, go ahead.
Oh, one more question about a Yager situation. Do you think he just signed somewhere to keep going, and then around trade deadline time, they look to move him at then?
Charity case.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, a lot more teams will have more cap space with like IR and all that. I mean, what do you think about that? Yeah, LTIR.
Yeah, I was thinking like he just goes to like, I don't know, like a Dallas or like a Boston, or not even one of those teams, but like
he won't
even
go
like
back to a team he already played for.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's the thing. But it's like he's played for
That
so
list is
many. Like, the list is getting
slowly
up there,
dwindling.
yeah. And it's like, I mean, where does he go? Does he go to maybe? Like, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like where he would go, and then at the end of the season, maybe nice little playoff push to LA, maybe.
Yeah.
Someone like that.
That worked well for Ginla.
Again, it's not Yager.
It's true.
There.
Supposedly Joe Thornton's going there, but I guess we talk about that later.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think there, C?
Yeah, I don't, just kind of like thinking top of your head, like, but then also for him to get traded at the deadline, that we're assuming that he's putting up points. And then, that's not a guarantee. He's definitely proven himself, because in Florida, he was a top 6 guy.
Yeah.
He got those. But is that next team that picks him up? It has to be a close one. Maybe a Dallas kind of makes sense. He's already done that. Boston, maybe. But then again, I think they're not really hanging on to anybody anymore. And I think that's kind of the whole NHL. You could just see like Arizona letting go of Shane Doan.
Yeah.
They really had it just time.
if you're over 27, you're getting shipped out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the reality.
So see, you're you got dropped when you were a kid, and you're a Red Wing fan. You're the GM. Who's your free agent pickup for the Wings?
For the Wings?
For the Wings. Yeah, you're the GM. Or do you just start a new haul?
I would just start fresh if I was the Wings.
Because I know you were not happy with a certain Peter Mrazek last year.
Oh, yeah, because he was awful. He was awful. And then Howard plays out of his mind for 3 games and then pulls his hamstring every other game. So, I don't know. They've neglected the back end for so long.
I heard today that they're going after Trevor Daley.
I heard that too.
Yeah, that's okay, but even that's not a game changing piece that they need.
Tell the Blackhawks.
It's anyone they're looking at, and I don't think there is anybody on the market for the Red Wings that makes them good now. So they would have to definitely look at the younger age. Shattenkirk's 28, but that's still, to me, that's too old for them.
Too much money too.
Yeah, he's going somewhere big.
Bringing in a guy that's going to make a difference. I look at some of the younger D like Nesterov, that just finished up with Canadians, who showed some promise there, and maybe even like a Glenn Denning. He's been moved around quite a bit, but they got to look at something, adding a younger D that maybe has promise. I don't think there's anybody there, even then when they do add a defenseman, that's going to make a difference for them lately. So,
24-year-old Colton Parayko's on the market.
Is he? He's a UFA?
He's a UFA.
He's a UFA? I thought he was an RFA.
No, it says UFA right here.
Wow. There's no way they get rid of him. There's no way.
No, I'm on Spot Rack right now.
Who?
They're not wrong.
Let's check Cap Friendly. They're a little bit,
I don't.
Don't check my sources, you dick. Yoki Paka.
He is an RFA.
It says UFA.
I would believe Cap Friendly 100% of the time. He's an RFA who's arbitration eligible.
Yeah.
So
shit.
He is in the driver's seat there.
I don't know.
Is that one of those they could put an offer sheet out for him?
Probably, yeah.
But I think St. Louis, unless it's absolutely ridiculous, they'll match it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would not want to get rid of him. I mean, he's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a bomb, too, from the point.
Yeah. Speaking of...
What do you guys think about the hometown Hawks? What's the move?
Honest to God, as soon as this Hossa debacle is all cleared up and the Hawks know what they can do and what they can't do, I think then we'll understand. But I think...
We can only go based on what we're seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm seeing is
if it goes
Chimoch and Kruger are getting shipped out.
If it goes in the Hawks' favor, I think Galchenyuk's a big look. I think Gagne is going to be a big look. I was excited when I saw that they were going after him potentially.
I like the Gagne thing. I've been saying that for years.
Well, him and Kane are yin and yang almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't so much like. That's the connection thing. That's one of those junior things that I don't know that it always pans out once we get to the NHL. But when they were looking for a second line center for the longest time, I was like, why not look at Gagne? He's a kind of a low risk guy, especially when he was in Edmonton. Low risk with a high reward. If he didn't work out, then you just tip him off.
Yeah.
And finally, he kind of figured it out. Last year in all places, Columbus.
Yeah, no shit.
That's stupid, but he found a way to do it. And I don't know, I think I was reading today, he's a little bit better in the face-off shot than Anisimov. And now this is all, granted, if the Hawks are making a bunch of moves, which they have to do in order to get this guy, he's going to get pretty good money. I like that move for them.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's the way I feel. It's like with Gagne, it's like, why not take the risk? Like, it's low risk, obviously, like you said, and it's low risk to the point where, what if they get that magic back that they had in juniors? And if they do, that's great for the Hawks. But if they don't, I mean, what, they lose maybe like 1.5, maybe if they pay him that.
Well, here's what I'm asking of it: is it really low risk? Because I'm looking at what his last contract was. He made 4.8. He's
not making that now. He's not worth that at all.
But how much of a discount? Like, I mean, how much is he
lucky
to come off?
He's
I know
lucky if he
realistically
gets
he's not
1.5.
4.8, but I'm also saying though, is it going to be enough coming off that it's reasonable and doable for the Hawks to take that risk.
He's lucky if he gets 1.5, if that.
You're a huge cut.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He's playing third, fourth line with Columbus. I mean, he's lucky if he gets third, second line, maybe. He's going to get second power play with Kane. I mean, for first power play. He's going to get that action, but it's like he's not going to touch past the second line.
I'm saying he's going to make 2.5 and between 2.5 and 3.
Nah.
I think that's what he'll end up
I
doing.
feel like Bowman's going to do something stupid like that.
He shouldn't because
2.5,
he's not worth
he's gonna
that.
give him
No.
a $6 million, 8-year, full no trade clause, and
No trade, no move.
and his own restaurant in the United States.
Yeah.
I don't put it past Bowman, but but that's the thing. It's like he's not worth that at all. Like he knows he's dropped a lot, and
Yeah.
Tortorella basically benched him a couple games, if that. And it's
Yeah.
like he's lucky if he gets. I would say the most he's getting $2 million.
Can you imagine him, Kane, Taze in the shootout 1, 2, 3?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Gagne in the shootout's fucking sick.
I wouldn't use the Torts benching as much of a thing. I think Torts has benched every single one of his players.
That's
at one
definitely
point.
true.
he benched Sod.
Yeah.
too. I mean, that
That's
was
true.
a big thing.
Yeah.
So you're a Kovalchuk guy. So what do you think of the news that he may not be taking his talents back to the NHL? He might be staying in Russia. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, he's gonna go, and he's proven it before. He's gonna go where the money is. I'd love to see him back in the NHL. When he was here, he was a top 5 player in the league. What do you do if you're in an NHL team? He's such a wild card for anybody to take.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I wonder.
But
I'm curious what he's asking for from NHL teams. I don't think I've seen anything
Yeah.
about him. What he's been asking.
no, I haven't either. I've just seen the prospective teams, and it was like Columbus was one of them. I'm like, he's not gonna like playing for Torres.
Hell no.
Oh no.
Hell no.
No,
And then
he.
he's talking about what was the other team? Canadian?
Yeah, I heard Montreal because they wanted him with Radulov.
I heard Florida because he said Florida and he said New York. Those were 2 teams that he said.
I'm really curious about Florida. Does he
could
think he
see-
just
I
run the
could
show
actually-
there?
I could see him in New York. For some reason, I could see him fitting there, and it's like I would want him on the Hawks,
Oh, hell no.
Were they
but it's like I feel like New York would take the risk.
New York Rangers? Were they talking?
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow. Out of those teams, the only one I could see would be the Panthers, which would still, I mean, that doesn't replace.
What's the attraction for him there, though?
I
Just
mean,
money?
Isn't he buddy with Yager too?
And he could be he goes down there, he's a star,
Yeah.
But is that a good mix for that locker room? Probably not.
No.
But a
They
guy
got
like that
pretty-
wants a spotlight. I
Yeah.
feel like in New York he's gonna get that spotlight. Like he's
I think the
on
only
Broadway,
place he's
I
gonna
don't
get.
know.
Madison
I
Square
think
Garden.
Vegas might be the one place that he truly 100% gets that spotlight that he's looking for.
But they don't want him.
I know.
They're trying to build. They're trying to build.
I don't know.
young guys.
I've heard
This whole
reports.
Vegas thing has only started over the past 2-3 years, and he's been gone for, 5?
Yeah.
So they probably don't even know who he is.
I mean, I was reading that Vegas was reaching out actively to Washington about Ovechkin, and they were actually very interested in Kovalchuk too.
Wow.
I'm going to hate Vegas. I could just feel it in my heart that I'm going to hate Vegas.
Why? You can't.
Because just the team that they're assembling right now, they're just a bunch of douchebags. I'm gonna be upset with them.
I mean, I already bought their hat, so it's like I have to.
I know,
I
you're
have to
wearing it
like
right
them.
now.
I have to
Yeah.
like them. Like, but that's the thing. Like, I think they're gonna be a good team. Like, obviously, you have your issues with them, but I'm totally fine with them right now.
I'm staying with them because they claim that those white and gold gloves are gone, but yet they have their prospect camp this week, and
Yeah.
they are
Because they can't get
still
new gloves right
rocking.
away.
Yes, they realize that they're NHL. They're not
Those
junior
practice
team.
jerseys are pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I like the practice jerseys.
Yeah.
I mean, the gloves aren't that bad with the white jerseys in practice, but after that, they're gonna be gross.
I turned out and I saw the gloves. I actually kind of like the gloves. I'm coming around on them a little bit.
Oh, I wish Nolly was.
Have
here
you been
now.
talking to Have you been talking to Joe? Are you?
No. I think there's enough gold in there, and you got to be different. You got to set yourself apart a little bit. They could easily went with black gloves with a little gold trim. Why not try something a little different?
What if they were white skates?
It's a whole white setup.
Jeez. I feel like they only look good, the gloves, only with the white jerseys. Because, like, I'm watching them on, like, Instagram and, like, all kinds of stuff like that. And during, like, their camp, it looks good with the white jerseys. When they're wearing the black jerseys,
Not so good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it's like the white and the gold looks good with the whites. And when they wear the black jerseys,
Gold and white.
Yeah.
they
Flip
shouldn't
off.
wear those.
Yeah.
They shouldn't wear those.
So, Pope, what's your problem with their roster?
They just got a bunch of goons. I feel like they're just going to be dropping the gloves all the time and taking cheap shots, and I'm going to get real fucking pissed.
What's wrong with that?
What?
Yeah, I know. You got in a fight in men's league today with a 19-year-old
I didn't
kid.
get into a fight. I mean, the kid's like 16. He had it coming, or whatever.
I don't know. Everybody's so excited about what this team is going to look like, and I feel like they're just going to be a bunch of bruisers, which is great, old-time hockey, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But I feel like I'm just going to get, like, I don't know,
Might sell tickets.
let down, I guess is the word.
They're gonna sell tickets because they're gonna be giving every NHL team a 40-second home game, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, look at all the people that are gonna be. Like, I mean, look at us. When we were talking about before the schedule came out. All right, when the Hawks go to Vegas, who's down to go? Like, we
Exactly.
were all like.
I'm excited to see what the LA Vegas crowd looks like, the Anaheim Vegas crowd.
Arizona.
Well, Arizona doesn't have any fans, but
All their fans might be in Vegas. Though.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it pans out. Like,
Yeah.
like they're a fresh new team, and like I want them to do well. Like I do. Like I already called them making the playoffs. That's just me. But it's besides the point.
I just want them to do well, so the NHL will be like, you know what? Let's go, Nordiques. Get ready.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's the whole point of the expansion draft. And how it's set up is the way that it is for that team to be competitive right away,
Yeah.
which I think they're capable of doing. Now you definitely got to make some right moves in the next couple of years to do a kind of like a Florida Panthers thing where you end up in the Cup final. What was it? A year after the
Yeah.
expansion draft.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're not a complete team, but the expansion draft is definitely portrayed the way that it is, and it plays out that way, so that team can be competitive, get the fan base up, and go from there. So
Yeah.
The biggest thing they have going against them right now is that they have the GM that traded Forsberg for Erat.
That's true.
Guys, it's in the past.
I think he's learned from his mistake though.
It's in the past.
So
I feel like
that's-
Although he
do
did
feel
pick
like
Mark
now-
Mathot over Bobby Ryan, so
Yeah,
we're still
true,
confused.
Yeah. I feel like he hasn't made bad picks. He picked a lot of D, which I love.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's traded a couple too.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like
that's why he knew every team is looking for D in this league. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
stock up.
I
And get
feel
those
like
draft picks.
I feel like their offense is going to be young, and they're trying to go and which that's where the NHL is going now. You see Pittsburgh's last two cups, so it's like I feel like he's trying to go young with the offense, and he's hoping it pans out, but I don't know. We're gonna
I
see.
see a lot
Yeah.
of 1-0, 2-1 games in Vegas' first season.
I think against Arizona, they might put up some.
Their defense is going to Mark Andre.
I feel
they'll
like they're
shut
gonna
down,
pump
but
Arizona.
But I mean, you got Hjalmarsson and OEL in the back end. I mean, they might not pump him as much.
Cool.
Yeah,
So for
maybe.
20 minutes of the game, they're not scoring.
Yeah.
That's true.
Arizona's making a push.
That's what I'm
They-
saying.
they-
I agree.
They without a coach, without a captain,
I'll
without a
believe-
hockey ops.
I'll believe
Who
it when I see it,
cares?
though. Arizona's always making this push, and every year it ends.
Just
and-
you wait. Just you wait.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you guys are taking into fact the moves that they made was to take advantage of a weakened division. They feel like.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I'll believe it more when I see it, kind of thing, because like there's been this talk and buzz around Arizona before that they're taking advantage, they're making these big moves, and then it flops and they
Yeah.
do something stupid. I hope you
Well,
know what?
what-
I would love to see Arizona do good.
I would.
What was their big moves the past couple of years? I don't really think they made. I think they put
They
in
traded
a-
Paul Bissonnette. That was a big move. Not in their favor, but
They put in a young core with a couple guys up the middle. I think Strome and Dvorak are ready for the next step in their.
yeah. Hey, drop that Dvorak name there, coach.
I didn't They're saying nothing. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
I think they built the young core around there. And then you had Stepan, Hammer, and Ronta, who seems primed, ready for a number one job. They're definitely going for it now. I think they view LA as just getting older. And then, San Jose, same thing, getting older. They're not, I don't see them being much of a threat. It depends on what's going on, but I think they're pushing within the next year or two to kind of take over that division.
Let me ask you this too: do you think that some of these moves and the way they did it, like Doan and their coach and all this, do you think that players, free agency, they might be like, you know what, I really don't know how I feel about how they're running there? I mean, do you think that that's gonna steer people away in free agency coming Saturday, or do you think that's just people will see it as business moves?
No, I think it was time, especially the Doan move. I actually really like the move, regardless of how long he's been there, and obviously a face for the franchise. He's old and slow.
Do you think they could have done it a better way, though?
I mean, how else? No matter which way you did it, how else was that reaction to the fans?
The way I see it is, no matter how you do it, it's going to look bad. I mean, the guy's been there for 20 years. I mean, it's going to look bad. But at the same time, it's like their young core is just so good. Like, they got Domi. I mean, there's
Duclair,
Dvorak,
lots of D's.
Exactly, and then they
dropping some D's on that bitch.
They added Hjalmarsson, and which adds like a ton of like veteran experience in the back end.
Yeah.
So it's like they're ready. I feel like, and I feel like they're gonna make some moves this year.
They have just under $23 million in cap space too.
So they could really make a push for somebody.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole. I think that's the whole point of their direction was to, whether getting rid of Doan or getting rid of the coach or, picking up Hammer, picking up Stepan. You envision your top three centers being Dvorak, Strome, and Stepan, which, every NHL team I think is trying to build around the middle. You had a guy like Hammer who's had, but if he's 3 Stanley Cups, that's huge. That's huge. They're trying to take advantage of a specific division that's not getting any younger, besides maybe the Ducks.
Last question, Arizona. 5 years from now, are they still in Arizona, or are they moved?
I don't know. That's too tough.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
I think they're moving. I think they're gonna move. Like, I know that Bettman wants to keep having him there, and he finds a way to make it stay there. But I think
Vegas could be the nice replacement for that West Coast team.
Yeah, I would say maybe I'm gonna give it 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. 3 years. 3 years they'll be out of there, and they'll move to Quebec.
Not 1.6 years.
You never know.
Yeah. I think they would move up north. I think they'll take that Seattle spot. But I think that if they truly do get good in the next couple seasons and they start putting up, this will be a good indicator if they're going to survive out there. Yeah. Because if they're putting up and they're a competitive team and they're still not getting the attendance, that might be time to move them.
No offense to the whole Seattle thing, but I just don't see hockey working out there. I just don't. Like, I know that there's a lot of surrounding cities around there.
They're really pushing for it, though.
I know they are. And I could see, I just don't see it there. I just don't see hockey working out there. But they also said that about football, too, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Not to bring up football, because I don't like football.
They want that true Vancouver rivalry.
Exactly.
That's what they're really pushing for.
And it's just like, I just don't see it for some reason. I mean, when it happens, of course I'll see it. But it's like right now, like, I can't envision a team being in Seattle. But you never know.
Hey, Chris, before we let you go, I have one more question for you. A little while ago, we had a debate, Team Nolly or Team Poets, about whether you pay your goalie a shit ton of money. I can't remember what team were you on. I can't remember.
What team?
Yeah, what team were you? Team Nolly or Team Poets in that debate?
I can't even remember. I'm pretty sure.
You asshole! I did this for a reason. You said you were Team Poets.
Yeah. Dude.
What was?
The debate was whether or not Montreal should pay Carey Price $10 million. Whether you should pay a goalie a butt ton of money like that. McDavid money.
Was this dollar beer night at Coach's Corner? I don't know.
All right, so it was great having you on. You're the absolute worst. I'm pissed at you now. I'm pissed.
Team Poets, dude. How do you not pay Carey Price whatever he wants?
It's a bold strategy to go with this when Nolly's not here to
Put
his input out there.
You know what?
Yeah, that's
that
ballsy.
was kind of a plan. I'm not going to lie.
That's ballsy. Nolly, I'm on your side. Fuck the goalies.
All right, Chris. Hey, thanks, bud. I'll see you later.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, Chris.